Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we are going to paint a very simple and easy flower with very simple steps. So let's start with today's video. So for the flowers I'm going to use ultramarine blue color. You can use any color whatever you like, but I think for today's video blue color is totally fine. And then with this particular color we are going to paint our flowers. So I'm not doing anything fancy as such here, mixing color and all those things. I'm using ultramarine blue for the flowers. Now let's create flowers. So these flowers are pretty simple to paint. So you can create a petal like this. You can create two strokes together and you can create one petal, and likewise you can create these petals in a circular shape, keeping fine negative space in between to create the center part of the flower. Now this particular flower is simple perspective flower, so that's why all the petals are quite visible. Now let's create one more, and in this one I'm going to keep the perspective of the flower a little different. So you can create three petals in one direction. All these three petals are towards the upward direction, and we are going to create two petals, smaller and fine in size, little bit different as compared to the normal petal. So something like this I have created, and because of these two petals the perspective is more towards the sky. So that is how you can change the perspective of flower, keeping the petal size a little different from each other. Also you can think about the folded pattern and all those things, but for today's video I'm not creating those things. Now let's create one more. So in this particular flower as well I'm going to keep the perspective a little different. So I have created two bigger petals left and right and few smaller in between to create a different kind of flower altogether, or different perspective of flower altogether. If you want to learn how we can draw different perspective of flower, I have created a separate video wherein I have explained everything in detail about perspectives. So you can refer to that video. I can give you a link into my description section for your reference. Now to create the center part of the flower, I am using Indian yellow color, and I am going in between the flower area and in between the petals as well to create a small structure of yellow, to make it look like these are the center part of the flower with yellow green kind of color into it. So to create these kind of flowers you need to understand how one stroke technique works, and for that you need to understand how much pressure you need to apply into your brush to get different thickness around your petal area or leaf area. Now with the help of ultramarine blue only, but little concentrated color, and I am using tip of my brush to create some lines and patterns into the petal area. So I am creating these lines as per the petal structure that I have, and these lines makes too much difference into your flower. So I am using only tip of my brush to create all these fine lines around every petals that I have. So this need little practice for sure, because you need to understand we need very fine lines here. We don't need thick lines. So if you have control over your brush, you can try these things with the help of brush itself. Otherwise do this particular step with the help of pen. That is also fine. If you have different colors into the pen, you can definitely try creating these lines with the pen. Although I'm using only watercolor, I'm using concentrated ultramarine blue color, and with the help of tip of my brush I'm creating all these lines around the petal area that I have, and you will see a huge difference into your painting. So that is something I like to do whenever I feel like I have something very simple. So I like to spend my time on these kind of detailing to beautify my flowers. So take all your time to do all these kind of things, and then once done you can start creating leaf and stem. So to create a stem and leaf I'm going to use green color, and I'm mixing lemon yellow and cobalt blue color to create a nice green shade. Likewise you can create your own green shade mixing different shades of yellow and different shades of blue. So we can start creating stems, and you can do these stems as per the flower perspective. So this flower is more tilted towards the left side, so I am creating a stem something like this, and then likewise you can repeat the same thing for other two flowers as well. So create a stem, create sepals, Sepals means the green element which we usually see around the base of the flower. So these kind of detailing you can do if your flower have side perspective. So the sepals are important to paint, and rest of the things are pretty simple. We need some leaf around the stem area. So make sure you're done with the stems. Do some overlapping between the stem. I think these things beautify things in a natural way. And then with the help of same green color, I'm not doing anything fancy here. I'm creating some random leaves around the stem area. So you can combine different strokes together, small or bigger, and to create a random leaf kind of shape, having little bit of serration into it. And I'm not focusing too much on the leaf area, to be frank. So you can keep simple leaves as well, keeping one stroke leaves, that is also fine. So just apply little pressure and leave it slowly to get little pointed end around the leaf area. You can have sepals, you can have leaf in between the petals area also, and likewise you can finish this particular flower. I am using this particular green color which I have created mixing lemon, yellow and blue, but you can have little darker color of green as well, mixing more blue into your mixture. So try all those things by your own and make your own version. Let me complete all my leaves first, and then we are going to do some finishing touch here and there. And now I'm done with the leaf, so I think this much is fine. Now I'm mixing more blue into my existing green. This is more on the blue side, and I'm creating a couple of lines in between the leaf area to create vines that we usually see into the leaf. So these things are totally optional. I'm doing some extra shading and detailing to elevate my painting a little bit. So you can definitely try doing something like this for both petals and leaf. And that's all we needed for today's video. Hope this video is easy and simple to follow, and please do let me know if you have any kind of feedback for me. And thank you so much for watching. See you all in the next video with one more simple tutorial.